Well, welcome everyone. We're really excited that you're here today, and we're going to be talking about National Farmers Market Week, which is August 4th through 10th this year. It's always the very first full week of August every year. And one of the distinctives about this year, it is the 25th anniversary of celebrating National Farmers Market Week. If you would, go ahead and in the chat, if you didn't hear me say that previously, go ahead and put your name and your market affiliation. And what we're going to do today, just kind of give you a little bit of an overview, is we're going to talk a little bit about ILFMA, what we do, how we're going to provide some resources for celebrating National Farmers Market Week. Land of Goshen is joining us to talk about some of their plans, and then Dale Hazelwood, who's on our board as well, is going to be sharing some ideas for programming that you might consider actually any time, but it's very fitting and appropriate for National Farmers Market Week. All right, so who is ILFMA? Well, we are the state umbrella organization that works to support farmers markets. We like to say that we try to provide the resources and the connections that markets need to take their market to their next level of excellence. And we do that by training. We do it through advocacy and as much promotion as we possibly can about the benefits of farmers markets across the state. I have embedded some of the graphics for National Farmers Market Week that the Farmers Market Association has put together. And you'll see our theme this year is I Heart Illinois Farmers Markets. We always appreciate our members, although we do try to make our resources available to anyone that could benefit from using them. But if you do become a member of the Illinois Farmers Market Association, you get some discounts. Those are especially important when we talk about conferences. The conference in January, that's a very significant discount to be a member of the Illinois Farmers Market Association. But at the very least, we'd really encourage you to follow the link at the bottom of the page and make sure that you're subscribed to our newsletter so that you see all the opportunities as they come. We do put out what is important to, or things about the Farmers Market Association and some of the programs we're involved with, but we will also put out things that are being done by partner organizations that support vendors and farmers markets across the state. What we're involved in, just a couple quick highlights, just to let you know that ILFMA works at the national level, especially with the Farmers Market Coalition. We work at the regional level, and then we work at the state level. So we try and bring the best of what we find from our partnerships across the country, across the state, across the region, and bring that to all of you. Our next conference is in January in Springfield, and the dates are January 29th through 31st. Highly encourage you to come and be a part of that. We're also in the process of accepting requests to speak at the conference, or if you have a pressing idea of something you'd like to make sure is included, please go ahead and let us know what that might be as well. As you can see, we're involved in a whole lot of different things, but maybe the thing I want to draw your attention to the most right now is on our website, which is www.ilfma.org. We have enhanced our resource tab. There are far more resources on our website now. I mean, there are recordings from previous webinars and all sorts of other things, but the resource tab is a great place to start, whether you're starting a farmer's market or whether you've been doing farmer's market work for quite a while. And you'll see the resource tab is actually where you're going to find our 2024 National Farmers Market Week resources. So this is just a snapshot of what it looks like. You'll find things on just about many and any topics. And you'll also find some links to some of our significant partners like the Land Connection, Specialty Growers Association, and a lot of the publications that are out there that pertain to farmers markets. One of the things that we find to be specifically popular, especially during National Farmers Market Week, is recipes. And so we went through and uploaded the recipes that we've shared in previous years to the resource tab on the website. These are ready to go, so all you would have to do is download them, and then you could use them in social media or newsletters or however you saw fit. They do have ILFMA's brand on them, so you don't even have to say anything about its origin, but we do always appreciate if you tag us in your social media when you use these resources. It's that time of year to make sure you're a part of the state level database of farmers markets. If you go to our website, it's on the Find a Market tab. And we have a partnership with Market Maker along with many other local food organizations across the state where our farmers markets and vendors create a profile in Market Maker, and then it's available on a map. So you see in that right-hand corner what that might look like if you're looking at a map of where the farmers markets and the vendors are. And it's time to update those. Market Maker has recently enhanced its profile, and so we highly encourage you to go back in and make sure that your profile is filled out as robustly as possible, because you want to be found, number one. And so being in there and having a profile is important. But the more information you provide, like a link to your website or your Facebook page or links to your vendors and programs that you offer, the more searchable you become through the database. And then this is on our website, but it's on a lot of our partner websites throughout the state as well, so that they can search farmers markets through this similar type portal. That's what it looks like. Also, you'll find the most current lists from Link Up Illinois on where you can use link and link match, both in English and Spanish, on our website. And we've created in partnership with the Farm Bureau something called Market Mondays. It meets the first Monday of every month from 12 to 1. We talk a little bit about some of the challenges and opportunities of running markets. Link Up Illinois always joins us for their technical support and expertise and information. And then we have kind of a roundtable discussion on all things farmers markets. So please put that on your calendar. You can register by going to our website as well. If your market is in a county where Wiccan Senior Farmers Market coupons can be used and where they are distributed, this is the year that all farmers have to reapply with Department of Human Services in order to accept WIC and Senior Farmers Market coupons. Our last newsletter, I think, had an update that said there are over 200 farmers that have applied to participate. But when you think about all the markets that are out there, we probably could encourage more farmers to apply to be part of this really valuable program. So we'd really like to see you partner with ILFMA this year on National Farmers Market Week. There is, like I said, there are resources and graphics. But maybe one of the questions is why? And why celebrate National Farmers Market Week? I like to think about it as being part of something bigger than yourself. Because when you're a part of National Farmers Market Week, and if you were to use the graphics that we've provided, or even the tagline, whatever, then there is collective marketing that's happening. And so we know that social media in particular is enhanced when there are similar hashtags, there are similar posts, there are similar, and when there is tagging that takes place about specific things. And we think that would draw a lot more attention to your market, and it would draw a lot more attention to farmers markets across the state. We really think that it will promote your market, but it will also promote all the markets across the state. One of the things that we ask you to do during National Farmers Market Week is to complete a survey about your market during that time. It takes about 5 minutes maybe to complete it, but what it does, it gives us a snapshot, a 1-week snapshot of the collective impact of farmers markets, which can be really helpful to us as we try to promote the benefits of farmers markets, not only to the public out there that uses farmers markets, but also our elected officials and decision makers that have a lot to do with how farmers markets or the rules and regulations about how farmers markets are run. The Illinois Farmers Market Association has been pleased to be part of a grant that was given to the Farmers Market Coalition. And Farmers Market Coalition has actually put together an entire toolkit on National Farmers Market Week. What we do on our end is we put together a theme and some ILFMA state level graphics and resources for you to use. But there is far more information in the FMC toolkit so that you can look at that and see if there aren't some resources within that that you would like to use. Okay. I'm going to click out of this. And I was just quickly, 1 second. All right. This is, sorry, it's not at the top, but this is what the Farmers Market Coalition Toolkit looks like. I'm just going to page through it quickly so you have a sense of what's here. There are 17 pages, so you do have to kind of read through it, but there are a lot of ideas. What they've quit doing is setting a national theme for National Farmers Market Week and ask states to set their own theme, although there's certainly some suggestions in here. There's a timeline of what's recommended to do each week. I think we are in week 3, so you can see you still have lots of time to plan about what you might do for National Farmers Market Week. They have ideas for messaging. It's great. It's just the idea, share the background of your market. That's pretty, that's something specific to your market. And that also impacts just the entire market system. They have some social media resources, things that are ready to go. They have mini infographics on why farmers markets. So again, here are also like press releases, newsletter ideas, and how to even get those cute little I Heart Farmers Market tattoos. So it's a great resource. I encourage you to use it, but I also encourage you to use the I Heart Illinois Farmers Markets as the theme, and then consider adding additional things to your campaign for National Farmers Market Week. And one of the things to realize is you don't have to limit it to National Farmers Market Week. You can certainly do some of this type of promotion and campaign prior to National Farmers Week or any time during the season. I think it's just a great guide that you might find valuable as you move forward. So that's what I have to talk about ILFMA, our plan. Our plan is you'll start seeing things about National Farmers Market Week in advance of National Farmers Market Week. And then during the week of National Farmers Market Week, we will be posting every day with the recipes that are there. And then after National Farmers Market Week, we will be posting some additional information about farmers markets. So please, lots of ideas. And so one of the things that we thought that might be really helpful to all of you was to ask Ann Harrington. She is an ILFMA board member, but she is also with the Land of Goshen Foundation and Farmers Markets. So I'm going to turn it over to Ann to talk a little bit about their plans for this coming National Farmers Market Week. I see you there.
All right.
Okay.
Can everybody hear me? Very good. All right. Thanks, kids. I am having fun with computers as I tend to do, but I think everything is set to go now. I'm excited to be here to talk to you guys about our farmers market celebration at the Land of Goshen Community Market in Edwardsville. I started there in 2022. So this will be our third year of National Farmers Market Week celebrations. And I just want to sort of talk about how we've done it and just give you the play-by-play from our side of things. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Great.
So this is just a screenshot of our market from one of our beautiful market Saturdays. We are open the middle of May through the middle of October on Saturdays from 8 to noon. So for National Farmers Market Week, what I think is most important about planning your own celebration is that you celebrate your local. So it's, there are all sorts of ideas, but do what's important to you and to your community and see what makes the most sense for you guys. So what fits for one market might not fit for another one. And the good news is there's room for you to do this however you want to do it. But these are just two of our girls. They work in our kids activity center, which we call Market Sprouts. We have a free kids activity each week. And this was just one of the activities that we thought would be fun for National Farmers Market Week. We printed out a piece of paper and put some of our logos on it and had the kids decorate it. And so we've had that laminated and we're going to hang it up this year and we're going to let them make a new one for this year so we can have just sort of a historic record of these cool events. So when you're looking at activities, this is sort of the process that we went through that I think is helpful for anybody who's trying to plan an activity. When you're deciding what to do, you should make sure that your celebration is in line with your market, with your mission, with your community, and with your values. So I think it's important to sort of think about if you are a rural farmers market with really pushing your local sustainable angle, it doesn't make a lot of sense to set up like carnival games and give out plastic prizes or to pay some company from a different state to come in and set up rides. It's make sure that what you are choosing to celebrate is truly your local. And this isn't necessarily the best time to be bringing in something that doesn't line up with your mission or your values. So I think that's an important piece to keep in mind when you're planning. As far as cost, there are a whole lot of different ways to sort of fund your events. One of them is you could set this up as a fundraiser. So it could be not necessarily selling tickets, but having donations or tickets to certain aspects of your event, or say that it's a $5 donation to come into the petting zoo, or you can use that as an opportunity to reach out to a sponsor, maybe one that you already have, or maybe one that you want to have, and say, hey, can you sponsor our petting zoo this day? And then you can promote them that way. It's a great way to tie folks in, and it's a unique sponsor opportunity. It's not just, hey, give us money and we'll slap your name on a banner. We're going to have this special event and we would love to promote that you were generous and involved in your community and wanted to sponsor this. So donations also from the event goers themselves. You could just set up a jar and say, donations or suggested donations, $3. I will tell you, we have set up a little booth by our petting zoo the past couple years, and the petting zoo cost us about $900, and I think we made 47 in donations. So definitely go with a suggested donation amount if that's the way that you're hoping to actually fund the event. And the way that we've done it is we just have planned that this portion of our budget, we know what we want to spend, and we make it free to the public, because we're able to do that. So that's just another option for you also. You should also consider your impact. What's the goal for the event? So overall, there are a lot of goals already set for you. You know, we're celebrating local Illinois farmers markets, and that should be the main goal. But always, you should have in there some thoughts about what the event means to you and what sort of local events, local awareness you want to tie into this event. So is it raising awareness about a new program? Is it courting new customers? Is it telling people that, hey, come out to this National Farmers Market Week? We have this farmers market, and also we have Snap and Link available. Like, this is a great way to introduce folks to that programming. It's also a really great way to find new sponsorships and start fostering those community connections. So for the Land of Goshen Community Market, we chose to sort of lean into the traditional and local. We have a huge amount of kids and families that come. And so we really wanted to lean into the family-centered activities. That's what made the most sense for us, because we're a Saturday morning market. But if you're a Friday evening kind of wine and sipping type of market, that probably doesn't make sense for you. So those were just, that's why these things made sense for us. And so we went with a petting zoo. Everybody who was there was very excited, including me. This is one of the little piggies that was there, and I just put in a few pics because they're too cute not to share. And we'll see some more of those. But here is just a little info about the petting zoo for us. In year one, we had 8 animals because that was the most that we could afford. In year 2, which was last year, I was super excited. I felt like I had arrived. I ordered the extra large petting zoo package, which came with 3 ponies for pony rides and 12 little animals. This year, we are going with not quite the XL package. We're going to do 3 pony rides, and we're going to do 9 animals. And that's because some of the animals that they brought were the smaller, furrier caged animals like rabbits and ducks and geese, and they were not having as much fun as the bigger animals that are used to being outside. So it's just important. I share that just to say there are all sorts of considerations, and you're going to learn every time you do something, and that's great as long as you're able to adapt. So we're not going with the biggest one, and that's okay. So bigger isn't always better. You just got to make sure you know what your needs are. Here are just 4 of the sweet babies that had fun at the market. Here's a beautiful cow. This is the happiest kid at the petting zoo. That is me hugging the same donkey, Goliath. And you can bet there will be another one for this year too. The other activities that we had on that day were a watermelon eating contest, face painting. I showed you a picture of the banner making, and we introduced some new programs to our community. We were lucky to be one of the first participants in the Feeding Illinois Farm to Food Bank program, which allowed us to pay our farmers for picking and packing costs and to take all of that produce and donate it directly to our local food pantry. Through that program, last year, we collected about 15,000 pounds of produce for our community. And this was just an opportunity for us to have the community there and to celebrate and to show off sort of what we had planned. These are pictures from the watermelon eating contest. As you can see, the kids are having fun. The parents are a little bit, the parents were more competitive than the kids, and that's okay. That's why we only did it for kids and not for adults. The prize that they got was a t-shirt, a Goshen Market t-shirt. And so then here are just some final notes that I think are worthwhile. Keep your community, your mission, and your audience in mind as you're planning your activities. use your community connections, your sponsors, your local farmers. Maybe they have, one old horse that loves to be around folks and they're happy to bring it in. And that can be the perfect thing for your market. So just keep those things in mind. Maybe there's somebody that does snow cones and they'd be willing to come and donate their time and you could just pay them for supplies. So just keep those things in mind to ask. And then update your sponsors, your current sponsors, let them know you're having this event. See what kind of things snowball from that. They may say, oh, that's awesome. We want to be there and we can provide so-and-so, or this is another opportunity to make new sponsors. And the last thing I will say, as you saw with me and pictures of the donkey, enjoy the day. This is really a day to celebrate all the hard work that we do in making these farmers markets. And this is an opportunity to showcase the hard work that we do, showcase what's best about your market, and to really have an opportunity to enjoy that. So I hope that in your celebrations, you make sure you find time to do that. So thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you, Anne. All right. Can you stop sharing so we can let Dale go ahead? There we go. Perfect. All right, Dale, you're up.
Okay, let me get to it.
Just in kind of a minute here, any questions, any comments? Do you want to, if you use the chat, that might be easiest, but also we will leave time at the end for questions and comments as well. All right, you're good to go, Dale.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of follow what Anne was saying and just remind you about having your celebration and involving a whole community or neighborhood in your plans. Some basic reminders here. It's like any other party, things you got to do, and to make sure you include all aspects. One of the things I see most often is people don't invite people to their event. Make sure you invite patrons, invite sponsors, invite possibly new vendors, and other participants in the community. Create a Facebook event. A lot of people don't do that for anything special going on at their market. I've recently discovered that next door, a lot of people post on that, and that's specific to your community. So make sure that's included. And if you're able to, send a notification to your local TV, radio, and print media, whatever still exists. They're always looking for human interest stories, and it's surprising, they may come out to your market. Creating some pomp and traditions just adds a bit of whimsy and fun to your event. Your mayor can easily do a proclamation. You could, create a local celebrity that rings the opening bell to your market. I recently heard about one market who does the slicing of the watermelon to open their market. So that would be a fun, kind of crazy little thing to do and very appropriate to celebrate local food. Give out some awards and recognitions, maybe to your volunteers or to vendors. When I ran a market, I had 2 vendors that were there for over 100 years. Their ancestors had started at that market. So I had little plaques made that was specific to them. Showcase everything that is local food in and around your market. There's lots of partnerships you can do out there. The local extension office has many opportunities. They have educators that can come out and do demos. Maybe you have a nearby university or a culinary school. Contact them and have students come and do some of your demonstrations. My extension office would come and do canning demos, small batch, not to intimidate anybody, just doing a few jars at a time. Your local healthcare facilities also have opportunities. Diabetes and heart health have nutrition educators, and they'll might be happy to come out and help at your market. Um, this was a fun one I got from our one of our board members, Natalie. Partner with local restaurants to feature a local National Farmers Market Week menu and featuring local ingredients for that special week. I always gave away free samples of fruit and vegetables at my market. Sometimes you gotta offer opportunities to people to get them to try something new. Just like we always did complimentary iced infused water, a couple cucumbers and some mint in ice water, give it away free. It was a big hit. You could do eating contests, races. We also had a blender bike where we made up smoothie recipes using whatever was in season that was somewhat unique. We once did a sweet corn smoothie with vanilla yogurt that was delicious and a gooseberry smoothie showcasing the benefits of some of these fruits and vegetables that aren't there very long at the market, but people aren't always eager to try. They're a little afraid of them. You need entertainment too if you're having a party. There's resources out there. You don't always have to hire. You can contact local bands. Sometimes I used to get mine to play, just buy them a sandwich for lunch. They would come and play for the market. There's school clubs that have lots of things going on, like the robot club. You could have a robot demonstration, or dance schools to do a performance. Ethnic organizations have many opportunities. We used to have the Parade of Nations come to our market. Your local animal control could do adoptions or a pet parade. There's always street performers, as Ann said, like face painters, jugglers, just something fun to add some entertainment value to your celebration. Partner with nonprofits in your community. Museums have lots of opportunities. Maybe they have an event coming up and they're looking for opportunity to promote it. I had all my nonprofits that would come, they had to provide an interactive free activity. So that gave me plenty of activities at the market that I could promote. 4-H clubs are looking for opportunities, all kinds of nonprofits in your community. Maybe the Farm Bureau wants to come out. I had a volunteer group come and they did vermiposting, showing how you can have, they had a tote full of worms in their office that they fed. And so they showed how you can do vermiposting. Your park district has opportunities, and healthcare can come out. Usually, I had that every week. They do blood pressure and blood sugar checks. And of course, you want to make the event memorable. So maybe some opportunities with costume characters, create mascots. Many markets have mascots, and those are just creating photo ops for your patrons. Giveaways that are themed to your market, to local food. I gave away market baskets. I had 200 market baskets, and I had a line of people waiting to get a free market basket. They're inexpensive. You can get them online. It was just a great themed opportunity, as well as recipe cards. People are always looking for new opportunities on how to prepare something. Get your vendors involved. Some of my vendors would often offer free samples. One vendor would do free sauerkraut samples. They sold sauerkraut and they offered up free samples of it. So there's plenty of opportunities you can do to make it a true celebration. Just put your thinking caps on, get your volunteers involved, get the whole community involved. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. All right. We just want to make sure that what we were trying to do was put out the resources that ILFMA is offering, but then also just some ideas to get things started for National Farmers Market Week. And many of you have great ideas and great programs and things that you're already doing. One of the things that we didn't necessarily mention specifically, but is also making sure people understand the value of local and what they're really getting when they are buying locally produced foods and supporting local small businesses. And that's another big important theme, I think, that comes through National Farmers Market Weeks. There are some specific little icons within the national, the Farmers Market Coalition Toolkit, but also just highlighting some of those real important things about the diversity of the product that's available, the food miles that are not traveled for the food, the few people that touch the food between the production and the consumption, shelf life, but a lot of it, again, is about food access and stimulating local economies and making sure that the money stays local. So those are all themes as well that can easily be integrated into the messaging that comes from the market. And one of the other board members of what I was talking to was talking about highlighting some of those messages with a scavenger hunt that allowed kids in particular to figure out some of the reasons why shopping at a farmer's market might be not only fun, taste good, but would also enhance some of these other factors as well. So a bunch of ideas. Feel free to unmute, tell us what you're planning, what you're thinking, or to ask a question. I do have one question in the chat. It's from Nikki, asking about grant funding to support farmers market programming in Chicago. Anybody want to answer that? I don't want to start with that, or I don't want to presume I know the best answer. Anybody else have some ideas on how you might get grant funding or funding to support National Farmers Market Week or a farmers market program? Okay, well, I'll start. Maybe you'll have some other ideas too. But I think what really works for programming for National Farmers Market Week is the most hyper-local funding that you can find. Thinking about the potential adjunct businesses or places that are along the route to the farmers market that people might patronize as a part of coming to the farmers market, and actually trying to get as much local money as possible. The federal grants that are out there are very large and usually require multiple partners in order to qualify or actually be competitive for those types of grants. Smaller community foundations, banks, insurance agencies, federally qualified healthcare centers, healthcare, those are the types of organizations that like to be associated with farmers markets. And so I would highly encourage going and looking for incremental funding for farmers market programs. And I know a lot of our markets work with relatively small sponsorship dollars, and making that pretty much go a long way. The other part is that in early March of every year, Compere Financial puts out a request for farmers markets to submit a marketing proposal to them for the opportunity for $1,000 in funding. That window has since closed, but something you might think about for next year. You can't necessarily get the money every single year. I think you have to at least skip a year in between. But those grants are for farmers markets and marketing opportunities. And very often you can, the programming that we do can very often be a marketing opportunity for the market. And so you might want to look at that. All right. All right. Oh, this is kind of fun. Kelly says, similar to what was mentioned, I am partnering with 5 local restaurants that surround the market, and they are creating special recipes based on items available at the market. We are printing special trading cards with the recipe and shopping list, and we're giving away 100 free tote bags, a special scavenger hunt, and still working on a few other things. That just sounds really fun. So other things. So that's in Tinley Park, right? Okay.
Yes, certainly.
Do you have anything to add?
No, last year we just did the 100 free bags, and I had a touch a truck going on because we're across the street from our fire department. So the fire department brought their truck out, and with one of their nonprofits, if you're familiar with Project Fire Buddies, they're a local, well, they're a national organization now, but they were started right here in town. So they came out last year. This year we're not doing the fire truck because they're coming at the last Saturday of every month already. So we don't want to oversaturate that. But we are the farmers market trading cards are already kind of a hit with our local restaurants, so they're really excited to get involved. And then I don't know, there was something new. We have a couple of really unique local restaurants that are not chains with, you know, I like to say real life chefs, but they were chef sponsored, chef driven, food driven breweries and other things. So that's been really exciting to see that kind of cap on since we're located in a downtown area. And then last year the tote bag giveaway was really exciting. Everyone liked that. And we have a brand new one this year because we changed our logo. So we think it'll be a way to kind of draw up some more excitement around that one. And that's about it right now. Just working on some more kid-friendly. Our library will be there as well. They come out once a month. So it happened to already fall on that date. So they always do activities. So they usually that day they'll gear it more towards sustainability and farming. Last week they were there making friendship bracelets. So everybody was walking around with friendship bracelets and trading them and giving out bandanas for dogs. And then we have music every Saturday, so I just kind of amped up the budget a little bit for that day and brought more of a full 4-piece band in as opposed to just our normal acoustic set that we have. And there's other things. Oh, and then the U of I extension is coming that day, and they are doing an insect petting zoo. So if you have not partnered with them for any of your markets, I do suggest that. They've come already once, and they did a worm composting demonstration with the kids. And then they're coming out on National Farmers Market Day, National Farmers Market Week on that Saturday to do an insect petting zoo. I know they're bringing a tarantula. I don't know what else. I'm a little creeped out, but I'm excited. The kids will like it. They did tell me their tarantula's a little shy, so he may not.
Oh, that's good.
And then, but they come for a couple hours. They usually set up, and so we try to have our environmental commission here in Tinley come that day as well. They usually host a craft if they do come, but I haven't been able to get confirmation yet from them on that one. They kind of partner together. One of our commissioners on our environmental commission is a master gardener, so she's a good connection with the extension and getting them out to our events. So it's fun. Last year was the first year we really did anything. So I'm excited to kind of watch it flourish to something bigger this year, since I didn't really know what I was doing last year when I hosted National Farmers Market Week. Just kind of threw some things together and saw what stuck.
Do you have a plan to collect any metrics so that you can see its impact?
Yeah, we do. Our village actually, we're lucky that I work for the village here. We already have a data collector that we use that pings cell phone data based on like a geofenced area. So I collect data every week based on what's already happening there. So I can see everything from how many people to like where they came from, where they went to. So it works for like sponsorships too. I can see what businesses they're going to after and kind of help with sponsorship ideas. But I'll be able to collect data on there, and then I usually will ask my market, my vendors to kind of let me know roughly how things looked for them that day based on other weeks, and then compare it to last year. And just like a baseline. They don't have to share any financial information for me, but just like, was it a good day or a bad day? And so, but I'll be able to pull pretty detailed metrics from our data analyst that we already use, the company we already used to collect that. So I'll be able to see, I can compare it to last year's date and everything, and see what, I can see the timeline, how much time they spent there, things like that. So it's pretty fun and interesting, a little scary sometimes to see the details that come out of there.
Right. I was going to just share, just to give you all. There it is. Oh, wrong share. Sorry about that. Everything's green on my screen today, and I picked the wrong one from the tiny menu, right? Here it is. This is the survey that we ask you to complete after National Farmers Market Week. And like I said, it really gives us a compiled view of farmers market activity in 1 week snapshot. It's one way to collect metrics, and we have found it to be a good way to kind of get a snapshot of what goes on. And I want to show it to you just because I want you to see how easy it is to collect. All right, so things like weather, how many vendors did you have? How many of them were farmers? If you have it, can you tell us how many visitors you had? What types of programs did you offer that day? And it's always great to get actual financial data from vendors, but very often that's not possible. So we ask you to just report whether it was robust, average, or low, and just kind of give us an idea of what you think the market was for that particular day. Sometimes it'll be extremely robust, sometimes it won't, and that's just fine. But as you'll see, it's a really quick survey, and we would love it if all of you participated in that. So like I said, it gives us an opportunity then to collate all of your activity, de-identify it. We don't say XYZ market did this. We say across Illinois in 75 markets, we saw X number of vendors at farmers markets during National Farmers Market Week. So that's the way that we would actually use that type of information. Okay. All right. So it sounds like Experimental Station, which is 61st Street. One of the things they've been doing is highlighting their individual vendors, which again, I think when you can tell the stories of your individual vendors, I think that's really compelling. One of the things that I often encourage people to think about is, as you tell that story, you're really setting each vendor apart as unique, and that often draws people in. We don't really have a relationship with the brick and mortar grocery stores that we have in our communities. Maybe if you've been there long enough, you have a relationship with certain people that work there. But when you can facilitate the development of a relationship between your vendors and your community, you've really helped them establish themselves. And I think that's one of those things that can be of true benefit to everybody. So great. All right. Yes, there's so many ideas here. And that was kind of the idea. I don't want you to walk away going, oh, there was too much, I'm going to do nothing. But with every good presentation, you should have more takeaways than you can think you could ever possibly do. But hopefully it'll just get you started down that path, maybe assemble a team, even a group of vendors or community members to say, what could we do this year to celebrate National Farmers Market Week and highlight our market and the great things that it brings to our community. And so I think that would be a great place to start. So any final questions?